Hi there, welcome to my channel. This is Cusp of Beauty Tarot, and I am going to change things up on the channel a little bit. This first reading I'm going to do right now as you're tuning in is for Leo-Virgo. And I know I've been doing the cusps and the general signs for a while. I'm going to tune in more to the cusp readings for a little bit, and then do just other readings, pick a deck, occasional element signs, by the signs quicker. I'll make it creative, but the mainstay for the moment, I'm going to try focusing on the cusps because nobody's really addressing that, and I do get good reactions that, hey, we appreciate this. Nobody's focusing on that. So hopefully that's helpful. I'd like to hear your reaction to that. So again, this is for Leo, Virgo, October 2019. I'm going to first pull a few cards on general, and then I'm going to shift into relationship. I'm using the Fountain Tarot, and I'm going to pull a little reading from the Pierre-Alex Jeantet book, Her, instead of an oracle, which is just a little message. Okay, so this is first a little bit of life energy for you, Leo Virgos. Let's see what's coming up for you with 3 cards. Wheel of Fortune. Ooh. Death. And King of Cups. So bottom of the deck is the 9 of Swords, but I'm reading it kind of popped up in reverse, but we'll see. So I think that, there is a big change happening. I mean, you can't deny it. Wheel of Fortune, death. There's a big unavoidable change happening. Sometimes I get comforted by the fact that if it's a big change and you get the Wheel of Fortune and death, it almost feels so, I don't know, fate-driven in a way. It's not that you can't make choices around it, but it does mean that some things are going to change. Some things are not going to quite ever be the same. And in some ways, don't stress about it because you just have to find a way to manage yourself through it. What do you need to do to believe or act or manage your way through whatever the situation is? Because truthfully, you don't have complete control over it. So in a way, hopefully that's a little bit comforting in some way. It's not like, oh my God, you got to go out and make something happen or return that call or connect with that person or pursue that job. It's saying that some things are turning, things are going to change. They always do. I would say change for the better, but in changing for the better, it's going to mean a definite ending and transformation of something. It's going to end up being good. We got the King of Cups. It means something that was negative or causing you stress, 9 of Swords, is going to come out and change. So if it's a job that was causing you stress, work relationship, personal relationship, family, whatever, something is going to change. And you're going to come out ahead. Despite all the waves around the king here, he's managing his emotions just fine. So it is, it is an emotional situation, Page of Cups. You may need to have forgiveness around something. And Ace of Wands, it's a scenario where you're going to be creating something new, something passionate, something inspired. You're going to be able to have a new project or job or a role may come to you. It's going to hit you emotionally, which is wonderful. You may have some choice that you need to make around it, but it's definitely coming out the other end positively. So if you feel like there's change or swirl around you, just strap on because something is definitely ending. You're coming out steady and okay. You may need to be forgiving of some wrongdoing, and there's a new start ahead for you to spark your own inspiration. And by the way, it may involve a choice of 2 options. 2 options that actually, if you're weighing them up, it's probably because they're pretty good. Probably because, it's a tough decision. When it's an easy decision, one would be purely, way better than the other. But because you're weighing something up, they both have merits. You may need to seek counsel to make a decision. But something definitely is changing. And I would say probably completely changing. An ending, and a new beginning happening. It probably involves a couple opportunities, and you have to make a decision. All looks pretty good to me in that area. So how about relationship now? Leo, Virgo. Let's do your energy that you're thinking about with this person. Could be someone you have a romantic sights on or crushing on, or family member, partnership, any kind of partner relationship. So relationship energy. And I'll pull some for you, and we'll pull some for the other person. And then I'll just do a quick read from that. 4 cards for you. Page of Swords, which by the way came up before. 4 of Coins. 2 of Coins came up before. Wow, interesting. The Moon. Interesting. I think you want to communicate with somebody who is not coming out to communicate with you. They're not coming out to play, but you have the energy of I'm going to get to the heart of the matter. You know, the Page of Swords is often like bushwhacking his way right to the truth. Maybe not always the best, most smooth way of going about it, but the Page of Swords definitely wants to communicate, and he's a messenger of, you know, hey, let's talk, hey, let's connect. You might be reaching out to somebody during this October period who is putting their guard up and putting their boundaries up. You may be doing a bit of that yourself. There's a decision that needs to be made, and yeah, the guard's up. One or both of you is definitely guarding your feelings. This could be creating some chaos for you, creating fear for you. You're not sure what to expect. The lack of knowledge can send us in a spin. Whatever's happening with this person, them not being forthright and being so keeping you in the dark is causing you to spin some, unfortunately. You do just want to have the truth. You just would rather talk. It's kind of like if you could just put this out on the table, we all could deal with it. How many times do we think that? You know, this whole being cagey thing. If we could just put things out on the table, we would have such a better time dealing with it. Because there's very little that we can't deal with when it's just, honesty. So let's just talk about it. That's like one of my biggest pet peeves. Certainly, is people that hide things or are passive aggressively, covering things and not sharing. Because look, have faith in yourself to be able to talk it through. 6 of Cups, the Fool, your person, by the way. Knight of Coins, under your 2 of Coins. The Page of Wands, and bottom of the deck is the Queen of Coins. That did pop out earlier. So they actually take this lighter than you think. For whatever reason, they are being protective. They are not showing you their whole hand. I think this is probably in some ways maybe annoying you, but you think there's a bigger deal to get to. You think, there's more to the story, and your person's actually kind of acting lighter. If you do communicate with them, they're going to be more superficial. They may be willing to, offer up something, but, they're kind of busy. They're more tidbit. And they also have Page of Wands at the end here. I think with the Fool and the Page of Wands and the 6 of Cups, their energy is much lighter and more innocent and more frivolous and more surface level. Aside from the fact that they might also be, spending energy on work right now. So just don't be surprised if you were to pursue them during October that their response might be not satisfying, because deep down your intuition is telling you there's more there than meets the eye, and maybe you haven't talked in a while or something, but their reaction would probably not be satisfying. They are willing to take a leap and want to be, in touch, and they do care about you, absolutely. The question is, well, would it have the kind of quality of communication that you would, texts and communication coming through, but would it be satisfying? It'd be innocent. If you could keep that light energy and that's what you want out of it, I think that you might align. It could be social, 3 of Wands. It could be planting the seeds. But I don't feel it's nothing negative here. I just feel that if you think they're going to come through with their deep emotions and share, 10 of Wands, that's a burden. They're not going to be in that mode because they're already Eight of Swords. This has a lot of energy or history around it, and if you do get them to talk, it's going to be superficial and light. It's definitely going to be. Broken hearts can still love, and broken people are still lovable. If you do not love yourself, others will use that to justify their inability to love you. So even though we all have our broken parts, we all can still be lovable, but you do have to love yourself, because if you don't, people will find a way to make that a mismatch. They'll find a way to guard their hearts because they feel like you're guarding your heart. And that's the big message here for me is, you have an assumption there's more there and they're guarding it. I think they are. I think they definitely feel for you, but I think that they, whatever, over time or however long, even if it's short, they've closed up to some degree. And it's around their wounds. It's around your wounds. People are carrying these around. And sometimes we would just rather play in the upbeat, energy of the Six of Cups, the Fool, the Pages. We'd just rather play there. But if you're, one of those people, and I think that sometimes, we all can be deeper than that, it's not satisfying. We all kind of yearn to connect on a deeper level sometimes. I don't think that's in the cards, that's part of the phrase, for October with you and this person. So if you're okay communicating on a more surface level, go for it. If not, my hunch is to maybe just accept yourselves as you are. Accept yourself as you are, and accept the situation as it is, and not put the bar up too high for it. Otherwise, wait to another timing. This is just for October. So anyway, hope that makes sense. I would love to hear your comments and, just about the focus of the channel and the reading as well. And we'll take it from there. Thanks.